Your dream job is out there. You've spent years, maybe even a decade, honing your skills, building experience, and crafting the perfect resume. You find an opening that feels like it was made for you. You pour your heart into the application, hit submit, and crickets. Just a cold, digital silence. What if I told you the person who first read your application wasn't a person at all? Welcome to the new front line of hiring. Right now, companies all over the world, from tiny startups to the vast majority of Fortune 500 firms, are using a powerful secret weapon to sift through thousands of applicants in seconds. It's an artificial intelligence that decides your fate before a human ever even sees your name. As of 2025, it's estimated that around 90% of companies are using AI in their recruitment. And here's the scary part. This algorithm can have a dark side, a hidden bias that might be disqualifying the most talented and perfect candidates. And you would never know. So today, we're pulling back the curtain on how these systems really work, why they're everywhere, and most importantly, how you can beat them at their own game. To figure out how to get past the robot, you first have to understand why it's even there. The reality is, recruiters are completely overwhelmed. A single corporate job opening can attract hundreds, sometimes thousands of applicants. Manually reviewing every single one is basically impossible. So corporations turn to tech for a solution. They turn to AI, specifically a type of software called an applicant tracking system, or ATS. Think of an ATS as a ruthless, tireless digital bouncer standing at the door of your dream job. Its only job is to filter the crowd. And for businesses, the payoff is huge. They're seeing significant drops in hiring costs and are slashing the time it takes to fill a role. The corporate giant Unilever, for instance, used AI to shrink its hiring process from 4 months down to just 4 weeks, saving over 100,000 hours of their recruiters' time. It's not hard to see the appeal. For businesses, this is a revolution. But for you, the job seeker, it often feels like you're screaming into a void. Have you ever felt that? That gut punch of crafting the perfect application only to get an automated rejection email 5 minutes later. Or worse, hearing nothing at all. You are not alone. It's a universal feeling in the modern job hunt, and it's almost always because you didn't get past the first line of defense, the algorithm. So how does this digital bouncer decide who gets in and who's left standing outside? It's not looking for your passion. It's not looking for your potential. It's looking for data. An ATS is programmed to scan your resume for very specific things: keywords, job titles, skills, and even the layout. It then checks your resume against the job description it was fed. Find a high enough match percentage, you're in. If not, your application gets tossed into a digital folder, likely never to be seen by human eyes. It's a cold, binary, calculated process. It doesn't care if you have a non-traditional background with incredible transferable skills. It doesn't care if you're a genius who just used a slightly different word for a required skill. If the exact keywords aren't there, you're out. This is hurdle number 1, and it trips up millions of qualified people. The system isn't smart. It's a matching machine, and that's only the first layer of the problem. The real dark side shows up when these systems try to get clever. The promise of AI in hiring wasn't just about speed, it was about fairness. In theory, a machine can't be biased, right? It just looks at the facts. It can ignore your name, your gender, your age, and focus only on qualifications. Sounds like a perfect, merit-based world. The reality, however, has been far more dangerous. The central issue is something called algorithmic bias. AI systems learn from the data we give them. So if you feed an AI biased data, it won't just learn the bias, it will perfect it, automate it, and apply it at a scale a human never could. The most infamous example of this came from Amazon back in 2014. The tech giant built an AI tool to screen resumes. To teach it what a good employee looked like, they fed it 10 years worth of resumes from people they had hired. The problem? The tech industry was, and still is, male-dominated, so most of those successful resumes belonged to men. The AI learned this lesson perfectly. It decided that men were simply better candidates and started penalizing any resume that contained the word women's, like captain of the women's chess club. It even downgraded graduates from 2 all-women's colleges. Amazon's engineers tried to fix the algorithm, but they couldn't be sure it wouldn't just find new, subtle ways to discriminate. In the end, they had to scrap the whole project. This wasn't a fluke. It's a fundamental flaw. If a company's past hiring was biased, using that data to train an AI is like pouring gasoline on a discriminatory fire. This goes beyond gender, with AI showing biases based on race, age, and socioeconomic background, often picking up on subtle clues you'd never think of, like the prestige of a university or even your zip code. Then you have the black box problem. With many advanced AI models, even their creators don't know exactly why they make certain decisions. So if you're rejected, you can't ask why. The company can't tell you. The answer is locked inside a complex digital brain that isn't transparent or explainable. This is so concerning that governments are stepping in. New York City, for example, passed Local Law 144, which requires companies using these tools to conduct annual bias audits and tell candidates when they're being assessed by AI. It's a huge step, but it shows just how serious this problem has become. Maybe the most futuristic and frightening version of this is AI-powered video analysis. Companies like HireVue once had systems analyze a candidate's facial expressions and tone of voice to judge their employability. Critics rightly pointed out this is basically digital pseudoscience, riddled with errors and cultural bias. What one culture sees as confidence, another might see as arrogance. How can an algorithm get that? After a ton of backlash, HireVue actually removed the facial analysis part of its software, but many companies still use AI to analyze video interviews in some form. The result of all this is a system that can feel profoundly dehumanizing. It boils down your years of work, your personality, and your potential to a set of data points. It can filter you out for a gap in your resume, for using the wrong font, or because it inherited a bias it was never supposed to have. It's a system built for efficiency, often at the cost of fairness, nuance, and plain old humanity. It sounds pretty bleak, I know. It feels like you're fighting an invisible enemy whose rules you can't ever learn. But what if I told you there are ways to make the algorithm work for you? What if you could learn to speak its language? Before we get into the exact strategies to sneak your resume past the robots and into human hands, do me a favor. If this is hitting home for you, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. We're all about giving you the tools to navigate the future of work. And let me know in the comments, have you ever had that feeling your application was rejected by an AI? I want to hear your stories. Here's the single most important thing to remember. These algorithms are not intelligent. They are not conscious. They are sophisticated, yes, but they are deeply flawed logic machines, and that is their weakness. This is where you, the human, have the ultimate advantage. An AI can crunch data at lightning speed, but it can't understand context, creativity, passion, or purpose. It can match keywords, but it can't recognize amazing transferable skills from a different industry unless you spell it out for it. It can't read between the lines of your experience to see the story of your growth and grit. These are uniquely human qualities, and they are still the things that get you hired. Your goal is not to impress the algorithm. The algorithm isn't going to hire you. Your goal is to get past the algorithm so that a human being, a hiring manager, a recruiter, can see how great you are. In most companies, the AI is just a screening tool, not the final decision maker. The AI narrows the pool, but a person makes the hire. This means the game isn't about becoming more robotic. It's about learning how to translate your human experience into a language the robot can understand. Think of it this way. You wouldn't speak English to someone who only understands French and expect them to appreciate your poetry. You'd learn the key French phrases to get your point across. Optimizing your resume for an ATS is the exact same thing. You are translating your incredible qualifications into the simple, direct language the machine is built to recognize. This reframes the entire power dynamic. You are not at the mercy of the machine. You are learning its operating manual. The power shifts back to you, because once you understand the rules of the game, you can win. You can use its simple logic to your advantage and make sure your resume lands on the desk of the person who actually has the power to change your life. Your humanity isn't a liability here. It's the secret weapon they'll see on the other side of the digital gate. All right, let's turn theory into action. This is your practical toolkit, the step-by-step guide to making your application algorithm-proof. These are the strategies that get you past the bouncer and into the VIP room. First, and this is the big one, become a keyword detective. The job description isn't just a wish list. It's the AI's answer key. The algorithm is programmed to hunt for the exact words and phrases in that text. So, print out the job description and get a highlighter. Pinpoint the core skills, software, qualifications, and duties. Notice any repeated phrases. Do they ask for project management or a PMP certification? Do they want data analysis or specific tools like SQL and Tableau? These exact terms are your golden tickets. Your resume must mirror this language. Second, optimize your resume for the robot. This boils down to two things: content and format. For content, you're going to sprinkle in those keywords you just found. Weave them naturally into your skills section and your job descriptions. If the role requires client relationship management, make sure that exact phrase appears, not just handled client accounts. For formatting, simple is king. A lot of ATS software is old and easily confused by fancy designs. Avoid columns, tables, and text boxes. Don't put critical info like your contact details in the header or footer because some systems can't read them. Use standard fonts like Arial or Calibri, and stick to a clean, reverse chronological format. Save it as a .doc or .pdf, which are the most universally accepted formats. Third, use the two-resume strategy. I know, it sounds like extra work, but this is the single most effective trick in the book. You need a master resume, a massive document with every skill, project, and accomplishment you've ever had. This one's just for you. Then, for every single job you apply to, you create a new, tailored resume. You copy the master version and then customize it for that specific job, loading it with the right keywords and highlighting only the most relevant experience. It takes an extra 15 minutes, but it will skyrocket your success rate. A generic resume gets a generic rejection. A tailored resume gets an interview. Fourth, leverage your humanity. The resume is for the robot, but your cover letter, your portfolio, your personal website, your LinkedIn profile, those are for the human. This is where you tell the story the resume couldn't. Use your cover letter to connect the dots and show your personality. The resume gets you through the door. Your humanity gets you the job. And finally, remember the ultimate cheat code, the human network. The best way to beat the ATS is to go around it completely. A referral from a current employee can land your resume directly on the hiring manager's desk, skipping the robot gatekeeper entirely. Spend time building real connections on platforms like LinkedIn. Reach out to people at companies you admire. Networking is, and always will be, the most powerful job-seeking tool there is. AI in hiring isn't science fiction anymore. It's the new normal. It's a powerful tool for companies, but it comes with real risks of bias and dehumanization that we are still figuring out how to solve. But it is not an unbeatable enemy. It's a system with rules, and you can learn those rules. By understanding how these algorithms work, you can strategically play the game to win. Your goal isn't just to get a machine to like you, but to get past it, so you can show your uniquely human value to the people who actually make the decisions. The future of work isn't about being replaced by algorithms. It's about learning to work alongside them, using their strengths and exploiting their weaknesses. Your next boss might be an algorithm, but you are, and always will be, the one in control of your career.